It was the surprise media appearance no one saw coming. For the first time in years, Princes Harry and William were set to appear together, live, on The View. Announced just 24 hours earlier, the episode was billed as a historic dialogue between two brothers redefining royalty in the modern world. What producers and audiences didn't expect, however, was a royal disaster that would erupt into global headlines within minutes. From the moment the brothers entered the studio, the atmosphere buzzed with uneasy anticipation. Prince William, polished in a navy suit and trademark stoic expression, greeted the panel with a rehearsed smile. Harry, in a more casual blazer and open-collar shirt, looked guarded, eyes flickering toward his brother but never fully meeting them. Joy Behar opened with pleasantries. "We are honored to have you both here. The world has followed your journeys, together and apart, with deep interest. Today, we're hoping to understand where you stand now." William gave a diplomatic nod. "We're here because we both care about the causes we support and, despite our differences, still believe in using our platforms for good." Harry offered a noncommittal shrug. "That's true. But we also need to acknowledge the truth behind those differences." It was a pointed remark, and the subtle jab didn't go unnoticed. Meghan McCain, never one to sidestep controversy, leaned forward. "Prince Harry, you've spoken candidly about feeling abandoned by your family and about racism within the institution. Are you saying Prince William was part of that abandonment?" Harry glanced sideways. "I'm saying there was silence when there should have been solidarity." William's demeanor shifted. His hands clasped tightly in his lap, and his smile evaporated. "You're rewriting history, Harry," he said evenly. "You left. You chose that." "I left because I had to," Harry snapped. "To protect my wife, my children, and my sanity. Don't twist it like I ran away. I was pushed out." Sonny Hostin interjected gently, trying to steer the conversation toward reconciliation. "Do you both believe there's a path back to a healthy relationship? Not as royals, but as brothers?" William exhaled sharply, then answered. "I believe in reconciliation. But it can't happen if someone keeps burning the bridge while pretending to want to cross it." Harry's jaw tightened. "What bridges are left, William? You chose the firm. I chose freedom." Joy tried to break the rising tension with humor. All right. Save this for your next royal documentary, maybe. Let's not burn down the View set too." But neither brother laughed. They weren't there for reconciliation. They were armed with years of resentment, and the stage was quickly becoming a battlefield. What truly set off the chain reaction, though, was a follow-up from McCain. "William, do you feel betrayed by your brother?" There was a long pause. William looked at Harry, his eyes glassy with a mix of frustration and pain. "I feel betrayed by his choices. By his public accusations. By the way he's painted our entire family to the world. We were raised to handle things privately. He broke that code. That was the moment the dam broke." Harry stood up suddenly, the chair scraping loudly against the floor. His voice trembled, not with fear, but fury. "You were raised to cover things up, William. That's what this is really about. You still care more about image than truth. Don't you dare," William said, standing now as well. "You've said enough." Harry's mic dangled from his lapel as he fumbled to remove it. A staffer rushed over, but he brushed them away. "I came here thinking maybe we could actually talk. But all I got was the same passive-aggressive royal act you've been playing for years." He looked once more toward the hosts, then toward his brother. "I'm done." And with that, Prince Harry stormed off the set, ignoring shouts from producers and gasps from the live audience. The studio descended into stunned silence as William remained frozen, standing in the center of the stage like a soldier abandoned mid-battle. Joy cleared her throat, looking helplessly into the camera. Well, that was not what we expected. Behind the scenes, the ripple effect had already begun. Phones buzzing, headlines being drafted, clips being clipped for social media. What was supposed to be a symbolic reunion had morphed into a real-time royal rupture. And as Harry disappeared through the studio doors, one thing was certain. The world hadn't seen the end of this feud, it had just witnessed its most explosive chapter yet. As Prince Harry tore off his microphone and pushed through the curtain, producers scrambled, unsure whether to cut to commercial or ride the wave of what was now clearly going to be the most viral moment in The View's history. Security escorted him down the hall, his strides long and angry, his eyes stormy. The royal protocol that once dictated every movement was gone. This wasn't the stiff-lipped prince the world had once known. This was a man at the boiling point. A staffer tried to speak. "Sir, if you just wait a moment, maybe we can," but Harry didn't stop. "Not now," he snapped, his voice barely under control. Moments later, Meghan Markle entered the corridor, having watched the live footage from a separate green room nearby. "What happened?" she asked breathlessly, touching Harry's arm. Harry was pacing. "He baited me," he muttered. "He knew what he was doing. He made me out to be the villain, again." Meghan glanced around at the stunned faces of Backstage crew, then gently guided him into a private lounge. "You don't need to prove anything to them," she said quietly. "This isn't the palace. You don't owe anyone silence anymore." Meanwhile, back on stage, the air was still thick with shock. But William remained seated, stoic, composed, but not untouched. His eyes betrayed the weight of what had just happened. Joy Behar leaned in, breaking the silence. "Prince William, first have to ask. Why stay? You could have walked too." He took a deep breath before answering. "Because leaving in anger is easy," he said. "Staying in discomfort takes more strength." The comment wasn't just a response, it was a pointed message. The room absorbed the weight of it. Even Meghan McCain, known for her brash approach, chose not to interrupt. William continued, this time his voice quieter, more introspective. "Look, I love my brother. I always have. But love doesn't mean agreeing with everything someone does. I didn't expect this to be easy today. I knew we had scars. I just thought, maybe we were ready." Sonny Hostin leaned forward. "Do you think Princess Diana would have wanted this? A public feud?" William's jaw twitched. "She would have been heartbroken. She wanted us to protect each other. To stand together when the world turned against us." He paused. "But we let the world divide us instead." The camera cut briefly to the audience, some wiping away tears, others simply stunned to be witnessing history unfold in real time. This wasn't reality TV drama. This was the collapse of a relationship that once symbolized hope for a modern monarchy. Behind the scenes, Meghan watched from a monitor, squeezing Harry's hand. "He's controlling the narrative now," she said. "That's what he always does. He plays the victim and walks away the hero." Harry shook his head. "He can have the narrative. I've got nothing left to hide." At that moment, his phone lit up. Dozens of missed calls. Hundreds of messages. News outlets around the world had picked up the story. Within minutes, Prince Harry storms off the View in live royal showdown. Hashtags like #RoyalRift, #Windsorwer, and #HarryVsWilliam were trending globally. Clips from the outburst circulated across every platform, racking up millions of views by the hour. It was more than a media event, it was a cultural earthquake. Later that evening, a carefully worded statement was issued from Harry and Meghan's media team. It read, "Greater than, Prince Harry stands by his words. Today's events illustrate the deep divisions still present behind the palace gates." The attempt to confront these issues on The View was made in good faith, but the ambush-style questioning and continued denial from Prince William only highlight why healing has been so difficult. Kensington Palace responded with its usual restraint, no comment. But William's on-air remarks spoke volumes. In the days that followed, opinion was sharply divided. Some praised Harry's honesty, his unwillingness to sugarcoat trauma for the sake of royal dignity. Others sided with William, seeing him as the steady hand, the mature brother attempting reconciliation despite repeated public provocations. Talk shows, podcasts, and social media became battlegrounds for royal loyalists and reformists. Was Harry brave or impulsive? Was William diplomatic or manipulative? What would Diana have truly wanted? But amid the noise, one truth remained undeniable: the wound between the brothers was deeper than anyone had realized. And despite cameras, microphones, or PR statements, no amount of media could heal what had fractured in private long ago. Their appearance on The View was meant to mark a new chapter. Instead, it became the defining moment of the royal rupture.